DJ32 back again with another edition of What's on Deck. A look at what's going on in the world of playing cards. See what's happening this week. Let's start with Kickstarter. First of all, I got a new one here. The Masterpieces playing cards from Bokubo Playing Cards. This is the third project in like as many weeks or whatever. They've had 3 projects recently. This is the third one. And, this one I'm not too excited about. It's funded, 8 days to go, pretty short campaign. Like 2 weeks, not even maybe. Let's check it out. A nice blue tuck case. I saw this before on Instagram and I like to look at the tuck case for the most part. I'm not sure why there's a peacock on there, what that has to do with anything, but is what it is. This is actually kind of nice. If it was like that with more colors on it, it would look kind of cool. The back design is really colorful, not bad. Lots of triangles and shapes and patterns and colors, very vivid, very colorful. But the faces, I'm not too big of a fan of because they're just like 56 different pieces of art. I mean, that's fine. There's other decks out there like that. And some people like these. I've gotten some in the past with the plain arts decks and Ultimate deck from Dan and Dave. But I'm going to be staying away from decks like this. I prefer decks that are more playable, more familiar looking, more traditional looking, if you will, as opposed to these type of decks. And or I also like transformational decks. But this, it's just throwing art on playing cards for the hell of it, pretty much. Another thing I don't like is there is no consistency. I mean, you see different colors on the faces, different fonts, different pips in the indexes, different styles. It just really makes it not playable. Like, what is this? I think that's a 2 of diamonds. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's really hard to distinguish what that is. And, it just makes it harder to play with or to use for anything. It's obviously not usable for Magic. And not that great for cards. And if you're going to get this, I'm just scared for collecting purposes, I would say, and enjoying the artwork. To be printed by USPC, I believe. I apologize. Yes, by USPC. It's okay. Next up, Bicycle Mystique in Blue from PlayingCards.net. Funded. 20 days to go. I still will not get the red one. I'm going to contact them about that again. They'll have to send me a new one. Then there is a Tally Ho Masterclass Playing Cards, also from PlayingCards.net. It is funded. 14 days to go. Not too excited about it. I mean, it's an okay deck. It would be better if it didn't have the Tally Ho branding on because it does not feel or look like a Tally Ho deck. Next up, we got a new one here. Tessellatus Playing Cards from Hunky Dory Cards. It's funded. 46 days to go. That's a really long project. That's like 2.5 months. Or no, a month and a half. Almost 2 months. Whatever it is. I like it though. It's a very colorful deck. Very nice borderless back design. I don't know what Tessellatus means. But you can check that out. It's very nice for fanning and flourishing. $12 plus $2 shipping. Pretty good deal, I think. Printed by USPC. It says Linoid finish and Tally Ho stock. I guess that basically means bicycle stock and Nicholson finish. Because neither one of those stocks or finishes actually exists. Geometric style pips and faces. I missed out the early bird, unfortunately. There it is. And I mean, this is something that I probably mentioned a couple months ago. I've known about it for a while. It's finally come out. It's also a 2-way fanning deck because of the different colors. It reminds you a little bit of the Bicycle Tetra deck. The faces, fairly traditional looking. Kind of pink colors for the hearts and diamonds, and I think purple colors for the spades and clubs. For blue thing in the middle, Very traditional pips, but with a diamond type look to them, just like the back design. And custom aces, interesting jokers. And then the court cards are, they're okay. They're not my favorite style of court cards, but they're not that bad. It's a pretty cool looking deck. I like it for the most part. What's a little bit weird is I got different amounts of spacing from court card to court card. Like jacks, the queens in the middle here. You see the spacing, the white space. Big space on the queens, very little on the jacks, not so much on the kings. Kind of weird. But anyways, there's your tuck case. I like it. I think you should check it out for sure. Moving along, Black Stakes, custom playing cards from Colorado Card Designs, 95% funded 19 days ago. Just a matter of time. It's just a very small goal. Natural Disasters Tornado from Collectible Cards, funded 8 days to go. And then there's a new one from them, Natural Disasters Hurricane. It's 98% funded, just a matter of time. And look at this one very quickly. Oops, I'll just adjust myself here. And it doesn't want to open. Come on. Then there's the Marquee Playing Cards from Brendan Hong. It's 68% funded, 14 days to go. It's basically stagnated. It's stalled. It's not going anywhere. I'm not sure it's going to fund at this rate. Not unless a bunch of the resellers decide to back it and throw thousands of dollars at it. Like $2,000 each or whatever. And I'm not sure that's feasible. I mean, people are not jumping all over this one as it is, or they're going to buy it. Is it going to do well in the aftermarket? You have to wonder. Anyways, Supernatural Playing Cards from Albino Dragon is funded 4 days to go. Crazy Dogs Playing Cards from Lynn, 12% funded, 21 days to go. Let's look at the Natural Disasters now. There it is, the Hurricane. A little swirly action going on there, pretty cool. They're just $25 away from funding. Obviously, it's going to fund. You just need 2 pledges, or 1 pledge, whatever. Basically, the same type of back design as the other Natural Disasters decks, just different colors, and different colors on the faces. So, standard looking custom pips. I like it. It's a nice playable deck. Definitely check it out. And there's still some more to come, as you can see. The blue ones, I believe it is. We've had 4 so far. 2 more to come. Next up, and here's the Crazy Dogs one. Win is Diane Tomlinson, or whatever she's going by now. You can see it's a different account. It's still a logo. They got the Crazy Cats on there, but they're not. Those are not available. $8 for a deck, you know, it's a decent price. It's just cutesy stuff, like Mary Poppins, Mark Twain, Harry Potter, etc., etc. It's basically the same thing as a Crazy Cats, except it's dogs. It's just kind of cutesy puns on names and characters. It's okay for what it is, but a lot of people, I guess, don't have a good taste in their mouth based on what happened between Diane and her ex, and I don't know, people just don't seem to be interested. It may fund, still has time. It's a pretty low goal. Has a better chance, I would say, than Crazy Cats, because the Crazy Cats was already produced, already exists. The Crazy Dogs has failed to fund thus far, so it may make it, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Moving on, we got Trash Playing Cards from Benjamin Froelich, 11% funded, 21 days to go. Not looking good. In fact, the name is pretty fitting, because it's a pretty trashy deck. Actually, I might have mentioned this one last week. Let's see, when did this launch? Oh yeah, I mentioned this. We'll put this in the trash basket. Let's move on. Insignia Playing Cards. The trash is not going to fund. Insignia Playing Cards from Joey Miner, 21% funded, 3 days to go. Not going to happen again. That's the second deck he's put out that's not going to fund. Maybe if he put a little more effort on actually putting out a decent deck and promoting and selling the deck, and not trying to make his fashion lines and his apparel lines and his book lines happen at the same time, then maybe he can move on to those things. But no, instead he's doing that. Next up, we got the Rite of Kings Medieval Playing Cards by Alex Rivas and Paul Lombardi. I've decided to jump in on this one. I'm getting the whole game and the decks. 99% funded, 32 hours to go. We need $60 in order to fund. It's just a matter of time. It's going to happen. I have a good feeling lots of time to get $60. If everyone pledges $2, if we get one person pledging $2 for every hour, it'll fund. But anyways, don't do that. Just pledge for a couple of decks or whatever. It's just a matter of time. Next up, Feta New Z Buxley Playing Cards by my Greekdom, not Mr. 0% funded, 20 days to it. They got $1 now. That's horrible. As far as Kickstarter projects and playing cards are concerned, it is horrible to get like 0% funding to only get $1. That's pretty much unheard of. At least most projects get a few bucks, couple percent. That one is dead. It's not going to happen. Moving along, we got Temptress Playing Card deck and a Tarot deck apparently. Funded, 10 days to go. Really small goal. They're only doing 100. Nudity advisory. Be forewarned. Nothing graphic or anything like that, but there we go. It's colorful. It's only a $99 goal. I'm thinking it's going to be produced by MPC. I'm not sure if it says. Obviously, it's not USPC. Hello. So he's got a butterface. Anything but her face. I'm sorry, that's bad. I shouldn't say that. It's true. No idea who's producing it. Let's have a look at this though. It's an interesting deck. Each suit has a different color. I mean, you got the blacks and the reds for the black and red suits. But if you look at them, spades have a reddish color going on. Hearts have blue colors. Clubs have green colors. And diamonds have orange colors. It's a pretty good idea, pretty interesting idea. And they each feature different seductive poses. Women in seductive poses. Some men, I think. Also, they've incorporated tarot suits into these. As you can see, there is swords in blue on the clubs, cups in a gold color, yellowy color on the hearts. There is wands in a brownish color on the clubs. And if you look at the diamonds, you got pentacles in a orangey color. So it's a pretty interesting idea. The back design is not that exciting. It's black and dark and gloomy. I guess it's a good contrast to the colorful faces, but there's not a whole lot going on. It's really hard to actually see any of the artwork from this distance. But here you see some of the artwork itself. There's a lot of nipples in there. Kind of like it. I really could care less to see the guys, and how come these guys don't even have, well, balls? It's an asexual deck, or whatever. There's also apparently a tarot deck available, $25 each, and they've added in the tarot card, as you can see. And these ones have a more human skin color to it, as opposed to the other suits and colors. Here's your back design. It's interesting. So that is that. It's not bad, but it's a really low goal, and who knows what the quality is going to be like. Next, Tattoo Ink card deck by Andreas Kourkoulas is 44% funded, 15 days to go. Not that it's going to happen at this rate. Then we got the Sinister deck. by Tiger Smith. It's funded, 23 days to go. It's a lefty deck, which is pretty interesting. And it's got a bunch of famous left-handed people on it, which kind of fits. We'll let that load for a second. Then the Foley Premium Playing Cards, relaunched by Colin Foley, is 12% funded, 43 hours to go. Not going to happen. He's planning a second deck. He actually asked me for an opinion, but I forgot all about that. I apologize. But I do think that one he's working on, it's a bicycle branded deck, looks a bit better than this one. Yes, sir. Here's a Sinister deck. Pretty interesting. And it is a lefty deck, so the indexes are on the left-hand side. Or actually, I guess that's the right-hand side. That's the right-hand side, not the left-hand side. So it's the reverse of an actual standard deck, so it's good if you're a left-handed person. If you're not so good. By the way, this thing here, this abomination that says the Sinister deck with a left hand on it, and it says the for left-handed players. That is the back design. Absolutely horrible. One of the worst back designs I've ever seen. I mean, that's the kind of back design you expect in like a souvenir deck or something like that, not an actual good deck of cards. A custom deck of cards that you would see on is that Eric Rowan from WWE? Kind of looks like him. Anyways, that's not the kind of back design you would expect to see on a deck from Kickstarter. Oh no, they're cutting up cards. But left-handed decks, lefty decks are not a new thing. There's been some produced before, bicycle ones. If you're looking for them, you can still find them online, I'm sure. But yeah, that's the back design. It's bad, I think. Then there is the obscure movie monster cards from Mark Munlux. It's funded, 14 days to go. That's exactly what it is. Obscure movie monsters. They're obscure, alright. Anyways, anything else here? No. Move on. By the way, anyone, if you didn't watch my unboxings yesterday, anyone wondering if the Hellions, Madison Hellions thing was legit? It was. I got mine. Why did I open up two of these? Anyways, let's see what else we got coming up. Raven Purple Edition, still waiting for that to launch. Not sure when it's going to happen. Look at that. Look at that. There's quite a bit to talk about. Yeah. So let's start with this one. We got the 1919 Eclipse playing cards coming soon to Kickstarter from Ben Morris. Not sure if he's done anything else before. I'm guessing he has. Here's your back design. It's interesting. Kind of traditional looking. Pretty interesting. Joker and Ace of Spades. And that is that. I think it's going to be pretty traditional faces. But it's not bad so far. I'll let you know when that comes onto Kickstarter, obviously. Then there's this. A Bicycle 7-Eleven deck from 7-Eleven. Have not seen it as of yet. I probably mentioned this last week already. I apologize. I actually went last week to 7-Eleven, to 3 different 7-Elevens in my area. Did not find it. Found some Cartamundi decks. Blackjack decks. Didn't get them though. It was like almost $5 for a deck. But this I would definitely get, and I might be going to look again today. If anyone in the US wants to help me out and you come across one, by all means, I got plenty to trade. Let's make the trade, let's do it. Moving on, we got Gemini from Tomas Pinston, Gemini decks. Where is it? There it is. It's a new red Gemini. This one's produced by the USB-C. Very nice. I like it. I recommend checking it out. Good quality deck. I think the original one in the bluish color was done printed in Taiwan, so it's a little bit different. But this one's very nice. Look at that. On the brick box, they actually got a map of Las Vegas, kind of showing you where this casino it's supposed to be. It's not. It's not a real casino. Actually, they've actually made the template available for free, and you can actually print the box yourself through NPC if you don't want to buy a brick of Gemini decks and get the brick box. You can actually just get the brick box through NPC. That's a pretty cool deal. But yeah, it's got this map on it. You actually get that on one of the ad cards. I think it's pretty cool, pretty nifty. There's the template. Pretty cool. That's a really nice thing to do. Apparently there's this coming to Illusionist. They posted that on Instagram or whatever. Or no, it's on Thunderclap. I guess that's coming soon. Don't know what it is, other than it says 2001, which is the year that Illusionist was founded. So, the 16th anniversary of this deck? I don't know. I'll let you know when I find out more. Then, coming soon, School of Cardistry V3, coming on April the 15th at the newdeckorder.com. If you're looking for a deck of cards to use for Magic, or playing poker, or solitaire, or anything like that, this is not the one for you. This is simply a cardistry deck. It's not a playing card deck. I'm not going to call it a playing card deck. It's a cardistry deck. It has no faces. This, what you see right here, is the faces. That's the faces. It's just made for cardistry. That's it. If you're not a cardist, you're not going to want it, unless you just simply want to collect it. Moving on. Speaking of which, another one that's the same. The Cardistry Touch Origin deck was made available for pre-order a couple of days ago at cardistrytouch.com. This one I believe is produced by Cardamundi. Again, it's the same thing. There's no faces. It's not usable for Magic or playing cards or anything like that, because it's not a playing card deck. It's just a cardistry deck. That's what I'm going to call them. Here's the faces, or lack thereof. It's basically two back designs, one on one side, one on the other. That's the way I see it. Moving on, we got the National Playing Cards, a new deck from Fear 11, released on Friday. Looks pretty nice. Look forward to getting it. I should probably show that on their website. Some people were saying that these are going to be really rare or limited. No, they're still available. They're not that limited. Fear 11 doesn't usually release decks that are that limited. If they did, they would probably release them to Elite. That's what it is. Elite members first. So there it is. Nice looking tuck case. Back design. This gold foil on the inside of the tuck case looks like. I like it. It's pretty cool. It's custom faces, completely custom deck. That's nice for a change. But it's essentially a Fury 11 deck. It's gold and foil and black, and it's basically a stereotypical Fury 11 deck. Moving on, we got the Brooklyn 101 backs available at Brooklyn Playing Card Company. Actually, it was early access. It's coming actually this official launch is this Friday. It's available early access for email subscribers like myself. There's only 1,000 being produced. There's your tuck case. Ace of Spades. Being printed by the Expert Playing Card Company on their best stock, apparently. You see the Jokers, obviously New York inspired. The back design, very casino and traditional looking. And standard faces. I mean, that's what it is. It is a little bit pricey. It's like $14. And also, I don't know, $16 plus shipping. So it's costing me like $28 or whatever total, or something like that. $16 plus shipping. A bit pricey for a fairly standard deck. Obviously, some people are not too interested. I totally understand that. Let's see what else we got. Still waiting to see this Bicycle Dragon Lord and a Bicycle Dead Soul available in card shops. I think I'm actually getting a couple of those to review, so I look forward to that. Then there's this one. It's available collectible playing cards. Don't forget, Vijose free to save 10% on your order. Very nice back design and tuck case. Interesting jokers. Fairly standard, or basically standard court cards. Nice, interesting ace of spades. Of course, you get it at collectibleplayingcards.com. And it is inspired by the Greek river Styx of the Styx Deadhead Hawk Moth. And conceived by Eric Ross and designed by Nick Vlau, which explains why it looks very similar to the Knowledge deck from Legends playing cards. It's kind of a similar style back design. But it is very nice. And I do recommend checking it out. Let's see what else is new at Collectible Playing Cards. Today, let's see what else we got here. If there's anything else, I apologize. Let's get on with this. Oh yes, I want to mention. Pretty sure I've mentioned. Oh, interesting. I want to look at that. I've definitely mentioned the Miscellaneous Goods Cena deck. I've mentioned Bicycle Artist. I think I've mentioned the Bicycle Sweet Cat. This one, Lincoln Playing Cards, has been canceled. Not a big surprise. It was not doing well. People just were not too interested in it. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And canceling is what happens. Only 8 backers. Very little funding. Apparently they're going to plan to relaunch. Available at Collectible Playing Cards now is the Bicycle Prism Gilded deck. This is a Black Seal unnumbered edition. It's a slightly different edition. It basically just has a different seal with no numbers. This from the Overrun. $40 though, but save $4 with Vijose 32. Of course, I got the Bicycle Sticks, Bicycle Sweet Cat, which I mentioned. Getting those, I will review them when I get them, etc., etc. So that is that, I think. Let me know what you think. Comment or subscribe. I will see you next time.